Do you ever have problems with depression and you just can't seem to find your way out of it? Well, I think I got some tools that we can use to help us fight depression. Depression is one of those things that someone can find themselves in and not be able to find their way out of it. It's for various reasons, internal factors, external factors. You feel off of your game. You can actually feel the difference in your form of communicating with people, and you may be depressed. If depression and mental health issues is something that you feel like you combat, then let's talk about some tools. So it always goes back to the same thing to me. It's always food, sleep, exercise, detoxification, and mindfulness behavior. When we take a good look at all of these categories, there is plenty of books, plenty of videos, plenty of literature as to why the concentration in these areas is going to help you with so many things. But specifically, let's talk about depression and mental health. If you know what your blood type is, and you really, really know, let's just take mine for example, I'm an O, okay? If you know what your blood type is, then you can feed yourself the food that you should be eating for the most part. And when you grab for something that you shouldn't be eating, you'll also know that I shouldn't be eating that. Now, if you eat something that you're not supposed to eat, and again, everyone can eat anything. Let's just get that clear. But certain foods, even alcohol, can change your chemistry, can change your mood in a way that if you didn't know that you ate something or drank something that was not for your body chemistry, it might pick up on you. It might hit you in a wrong way. Knowing what your blood type is and actually knowing your list of foods I shouldn't eat, foods I should eat, well, then when you're making your choices, you can choose to eat the right food, or you can choose to eat the wrong food. But in your choice, just know that if you eat the wrong food, in your choice, you have to know that it's very possible that you're going to have a bad outcome with that. And it could affect your mood. Proper water intake, proper vitamins and minerals, all this is in the food category, and I feel like knowing what your blood type is just makes it simple for you. So mental health issues can come and stem from health issues also. If you have health issues, it could depress you. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, all types of chronic conditions that can make you feel terrible. If you eat the way you're supposed to eat, you'll at least give your mental capacity the chance to have the raw resources to combat things. And you now have been eating better because you've chosen to eat better. Well, what's that going to bring? It might not bring anything. We might have to combine it with some other things. So now, how's your sleep? If your sleep is right, when you're awake in the day, more than likely, you'll be able to not be tired during the middle of the day. Oh, a power nap is good too if that's what you need to do. Take a power nap, it's okay. But our sleep is essential for life. When it comes to mental health and depression, proper sleep program can really, really help someone combat those problems of mental health. Now, when you see your primary physician or a psychiatrist and they give you medicine, it's okay. You can see them, you can trust them, you can take your medicine from them. But what if the medicine has some side effects, as most medicines do? Now you are feeling better in one area, but now the side effect of the medication is doing other things to you that you don't necessarily want those effects. But if we tailor ourselves to get onto a proper sleep program. And what's that going to look like? Well, and this is not easy for some people based on their jobs, based on the way that their life is. But for the most part, human beings are binaural, dinaural. We have, for the most part, we're up and active in the daytime, and for the most part, in the nighttime, we are resting. So, in the nighttime, for you to get your proper rest, if you're able to, here's some things that you can do. First of all, you want to make sure that you're telling yourself what time your bedtime is, about 3 or 4 hours before it's bedtime. You also want to stop eating and drinking 3 hours before bedtime. You also want to turn off your social media, and you want to kind of shut everything down. Read a book, don't watch television, relax. Have the light in your house dim, very, very dimly lit. You could go crazy with some candles, that would be nice too, on your way to bed. And about the hour or 2 hours before you're in bed, you're saying, my goodness, at whatever time you've chosen, let's call it 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I'm going to be in bed and getting down to sleep. Now, when you're in bed, you can't watch TV. The TV does not allow us to get the quality of sleep that we need in order for the functions that happen at night to happen properly. When these functions don't happen, like the detoxification of your brain, the creation of long-term memory, cleaning out your kidneys and your liver and your heart, all of these processes happen while we're asleep, and they can only happen while we're asleep. So that's why we have to get proper rest, so that these cleansing actions and restructuring actions that the subconscious does for us to live our best life, those can happen when you are sleeping soundly. Now, if you're feeling depressed and you're having mental health issues, do you exercise? What's your exercise routine like? Are you sweating? Are you getting into a good, deep sweat? Are you challenging yourself? Are you doing it on a consistent basis, or at least on right intervals? If you work out only twice a week, do you get your real workout in twice a week? Weightlifting. Now I understand weightlifting is essential to help with our bone density. I know that cardio is so important for our heart. When we put stress on our body, and our body loves us, let's say that it does, the body says, oh boy, what you doing? What? This is what we're doing? And you say, yeah, this is what we're doing. It's gonna hurt, you're gonna sweat, you're gonna get wet. Get wet, it's okay. But when your body goes under stress and then you stop that stressful action, well, now you have a chance, your body in your sleep has a chance to say, whoa, did you see what they did? They were stressing us out and we had to try to keep up with them. That's good, because now in your sleep mode, your muscles are going to be able to build, the body's going to be able to build up that tissue that you broke down during those stressful exercises in order for you to wake up better. When your exercise is all the way tuned in, not only can it help you with your mental health, but it can also help you with your immunity, strengthening your immune system, which can be terrible if your immune system is low and you're worried about catching a cold from your daughter or your loved one or someone that you pass by in the street. No, that wouldn't normally happen if your immunity is strong. So make sure that you concentrate on a high level of immune program to make sure that you could fight anything that tries to get up on you, because anything can get up on you. But it's up to you and the things that you've done before in order to make sure that your immunity is of such, it's not gonna stick, it's not gonna stay. Let it go, okay? So, exercise. Detoxification. My goodness, can you imagine not, well, some people probably can't imagine this, but us moving our bowels is a form of detoxification. If you don't move your bowels on a daily basis, then toxins can well up in your body and get recycled to other places that can cause a depressing or mental health event with you. Can you believe that you can keep your stool for so long that you can actually toxify yourself? Well, it's true. So, if this is something that you're having a problem with, if you're not having regular bowel movements, well, you do want to make sure that you are doing something to get them more regular, because how else are we going to get these toxins out? Sweating is great, but it does not get a lot of toxins out. When we are in our sleep, actually our breath has water coming out of it. It's just in the form of vapor. But in our sleep, it's actually how we lose weight. If you want to lose weight, get proper sleep. If you want to lose weight, get proper exercise. If you want to lose weight, absolutely eat the right things by knowing what your blood type is and feed your body accordingly. You know what? Even if I was wrong, even if I'm wrong, let's just say, oh man, that guy's out of his mind. That's ridiculous. My doctor doesn't say that. My doctor says the blood type doesn't matter for anybody. Okay, fine, all right, fine, whatever. Listen to your doctor. If that's what you choose, then that's fine. But here's another doctor saying, hey, you know what? I believe that knowing what your body chemistry is via your blood type is actually going to be a good thing for you to make better choices for yourself. And when you make better choices for yourself, more than likely, you can help yourself out of mental health issues. Here's my last one. I know everybody knows it because I've been talking about this all the time. It is mindfulness behavior. Well, mental issues like depressions come from a mental strain on yourself. So there's routines and actual physical things that you can do to help put yourself in a proper, better, more healthy mental state. I spoke about this before, the physiologic sigh. Physiologic sigh is simply we are blowing off a lot of carbon dioxide. We are having a higher oxygen content for ourselves, and that oxygen content that we blast ourselves with in the that way about 3 times. When we are doing that, we are changing the chemistry in our body to become more basic from a more acidic environment. And that basic environment helps us flow and helps us dive into any mental behavior that we may need to do. Focus, concentration, meditation, which is so important for one to understand because, and let's just say this is my belief. I believe this. I believe that this is an avatar of me, of Jeffrey Butts, right? And this avatar of me is being energized by the spirit that has been here forever and will keep on going. So if this spirit is now borrowing this body in this time, then it's actually my job to make sure that the vehicle that the spirit is in is tip-top, healthy, ready to go for whatever it needs. So for that, I have mental exercises for myself. Oh man, I say thank you all the time. I am grateful. I try to forgive myself. I try to forgive people that have trespassed against me. I think that's in the Bible. I also meditate. I pray. I'm in the Bible. I'll read the living word. But these are the things that I'm sharing with you so that you can help have a route for you to check all your categories to make sure that you are getting it. If they're all 1 out of 10, you want to get at least a 7 or above out of 10 in these categories. Once you have a 7 or above out of all the categories, and that's food, sleep, exercise, detoxification, and mindfulness behavior, are you still depressed? Is that mental challenge still challenging you? How do you feel? What have you been doing? How has it been going? Food, sleep, exercise, detoxification, and mindfulness behavior can be so helpful for the world in so many categories and areas, particularly with depression and mental health. I really, really invite you to find out what your blood type is and get started. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. And I'm going to see you next time. Thanks for listening.